Harp. Would you be comfortable paying Michael Conforto like a superstar right now to avoid the distraction we're talking about?
Well, ideally, Doug, I'd like to see him repeat what he did last year when he really seemed to turn a corner as a complete hitter and see if he can do that over 162. But to me, once you weren't willing to go the extra mile for George Springer, I think you committed to keeping Conforto around. So I think probably the sooner the better. In these cases, almost always the longer you wait, the more you pay. So yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have to overpay, look, with Boris there, it's not going to be easy anyway. That was part of the argument for signing Springer as insurance. So I think you do. I think you have to be willing to face the fact that you're going to overpay. At worst, Conforto is going to be a good to really good player. At best, he has a chance to still be the superstar. So I'm okay paying him like that.
John Hein, I think you could make the argument that you'd like to watch both Conforto play in 2021 before an extension and Lindor in a Met uniform play in 2021 before an extension. I wouldn't with Lindor, but some people would like to see him play before they give him like $200+ million. Who are you more anxious to see? Would either of those two guys be candidates where you'd want to wait and then extend them maybe next offseason?
Well, you're right, Doug. I'd want to wait and see on both because, one, Lindor has got to prove that he can do it in New York. We've seen players come here before, great stats, great guy, all that stuff, and for whatever reason, New York doesn't work. I don't think that's going to be the case with Lindor, but I would like to see him get a season under his belt. As for Conforto, you know, homegrown, love the guy, but he gets hurt. And you wonder, based on the shortened season last year where he was so good, as Harp was saying, can he repeat it? The big difference between the two, as I see it, is Conforto, one, the agent is Scott Boras. Two, the outfielder market is thin and is going to be thin in the free agent market next year. Whereas with Lindor, there are a lot of other shortstops that are going to be out there. Trevor Story, Carlos Correa, a whole bunch of top-notch shortstops. And Lindor not coming off the greatest season.
You said it. He's coming off of probably his worst year in his major league career. So when you talk about that, when that comes into play, when you're talking about the contract, maybe you can get him for a little bit less. Now you flip gears to Conforto. He's coming off his best season, albeit a 60-game shortened season, but his best numbers that he's put up. So maybe you want to wait on that and see what happens this year. Maybe the numbers at least decline a little bit, so his platform year isn't quite so high and you're getting him a little bit less maybe. Those are just some of the things you might think about. I do agree that, look, we've seen Conforto do it in New York. We haven't seen Lindor do it in New York. I don't think Lindor will have a problem with it. All these things have been said, but you have to think about it both ways. And in my opinion, I think you try to get guys on a value when you can. And Lindor might be a little bit of a value right now. He's still going to get a big contract, but maybe you get him a little bit less than you would next year.